Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is April 24th, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing S&P 500, SPY, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's minimize this. Let's resize this. Let's maximize this quarterly chart. Boom. And what we see is green. We see that the market closed at its high this week. And on this quarterly chart, we can see that easily. And boom. Again, this thing looks very hot. Looks like it wants to go higher. But we got to get down here to these lower time frames to see what's going on. On this monthly chart, what we see here on this monthly chart, we can see that we are still above the 9-10 moving average. That's this blue line right here. And we can see that we still haven't quite made it to a quarterly R2 yet. That's this yellow line up here, and which this market can have a little bit of problems once it gets there. The SPY doesn't usually go that high, but we're almost there already. So again, I expect us to break that, sometimes this quarter, but be patient. We're on the monthly chart. I don't think it's going to happen next week, but let me just look at this. That's 27.26, and we closed at 27.13. So that's only $13 away. I expect only $13 away. We got to see if that's going to actually cross there or not. I do expect us to be crossing that line come next week, because the Nasdaq has more room to go to its round 700 numbers. So again, I kind of expect these things to keep pushing to the upside at this time. But let's go ahead and go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, we can see, this was a pretty tight week for the SPY this week. Look at this small candle here. We can see it pull back quite a bit, like it was trying to retest this top, but it didn't let it drop that much in order to do any real retesting at this time. But what I can see, though, it stopped at on this weekly chart, these are monthly pivot, it stopped at a resistance 2 level. Again, as you can see back here, these couple of months that you can see here, even when it was going up, it very seldom reaches a resistance 2 level. I would have to back up a little bit, which I want to do and take a look at looking back here, again, looking back here, it did cross a resistance 2 level. Right there, it kind of stopped at a resistance 2 level, didn't quite make it to a resistance 2 level, did cross a resistance 2 level, touched a resistance 2 level, and then backed up. So again, a resistance 2 level is maybe one of the reasons why we are kind of slowing down at this time for this month. But next week is the last week of the month. I kind of expect us to break that because of the Nasdaq at this time. The Nasdaq does have room to go higher, and the stocks that are in the Nasdaq are also probably in the SPY. So again, the Nasdaq is going to be the driver to push this thing even higher But let's go ahead and go down to our daily noise and wrap this on up. Zoom, 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 zoom in here on this daily noise. As we can see, this was a pretty tight week. The market has slowed down a little. The SPY definitely has slowed down a little bit. We did close at all-time highs today, this new high number, So again, can it do it again next week? With things slowing down like it is. So again, be careful, be careful, be careful. The Nasdaq looked like it is driving this whole thing, and it has room. So I do expect us to make another high, all-time high come next week, but it probably is going to be another tight week like what we see here. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have this week. This is a Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.